News Uncensored. You are now rocking with the best. Make sure that you follow us on social media. Also, share and hit the like button for the best sound in the industry. Go down in the description box and get you a pair of Beats headphones right now. And now for our feature presentation. I just want to ask this question. The Spanish Fly. First, I want to read what it is. Charlamagne, there's a lot of people in the comment section. We want to address some of the comments. Said this guy admitted to giving a woman Spanish Fly. And I was going to read what it is real quick. First, Spanish Fly is considered a 100% natural product with some side effects. It is specially designed in order to increase sexual appetite within a few minutes. With enough drops, you will feel ready, excited, and eager any time of the day. It's also natural and based, so it boosts your sex drive. So this is pretty much what it is. It also goes on to say it is packed with natural and safe ingredients. That will never give you a problem in the near future. It is effective, efficient, tested, and proven that you can guarantee to be unforgettable. So it's a natural sexual enhancement product. That's what Spanish Fly is. Now you got a lot of people who are saying, and this is going around, everybody they call him Shar Kelly. You got the Spanish Fly thing. What do you think about Charlamagne, talking about the Spanish Fly situation, that he admitted to that? And I'm going to pull that audio up here.
Find it. Let me find it. In the meantime, y'all talking about the same Spanish Fly that was on that Beavis and Butthead episode when they were trying to grab ass and they went and bought it from the Maxi Mart. And they look like fucking retards. So you talking about that Spanish Fly, you can go buy down under the bodega across the street. Let's keep it 100, right? When you were teenagers, when we were kids, we all came to the corner store and seen them pills that could make you do this in a number of hours. And we all knew as hot and horny males that we were going to try to do this to try to get with the girls, right? We all tried to do it. We took a pill for ourselves. Does that equate to date rape? Does that equate to Quaaludes? Does that equate to a mother? No. You can buy this shit across the street. That shit don't work. Let's keep it a buck. But because he said it, and now, but because these very serious accusations come out, now you get motherfucker steam to go do things. I never knew Spanish Fly to equate for date rape.
Let's hear it.
Life.
Let me play this right quick and let's hear it.
Fly.
Let's hear it, then we'll talk more about it.
You've never heard a girl say that? Like, we just wake up. I remember a scenario in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk, and just that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk. I didn't just get her drunk. I remember I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly. Oh, so you raped her? Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the sex store. I had to fucking. They sell knives in the sex store too. You can put that to a girl's throat. Yeah, sex store. That doesn't mean it's illegal. So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right. So she was drunk and shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, she like, I can't, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I'll let you run the train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay, so this is one-on-one, it ain't rape. Yeah, so the next trains are rape. So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? Oh shit. Like, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, she's like, yo, you sure I only had sex with you? One of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker. Compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me. I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. Hey, if it was any of your cousins or friends who have been raped, I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other. So then why would you put the Spanish Fly? I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but I was
See, that's another situation, and this is a real taboo conversation because absolutely no one condones that conversation, but as equally as he's having that conversation with his boy, if that went down the way he said it went down, that woman is having the same conversation with her girl and is going the same kind of raunchy way. We have dialect amongst each other, that being male, on male and then female and female when we talk, and we kind of talk like this. You see your movies where you have the women going out here now. I think they're called bad moms and shit. They go ahead and talk raunchy and do their thing. That's what women do in the confines of women. Men do the same thing. I think Charlamagne made, again, a sophomore's mistake in putting too much truth out there to where the cameras were rolling and you ain't have to put out that much of your business, because God forbid something in the future can nip you in your ass, and this is one of them. Spanish Fly. I mean, let's get off that. The Spanish Fly is some bullshit. The fact that he talked about and disrespected the woman on camera the way he did and that kind of stuff, maybe that's all. You can see why women go and can't wait for a motherfucking accusation for like this to come out and run with it. Because when you hear things like that mixed with the conversation that you played earlier, it leaves a real bad taste in a lot of women's mouth, and people want to see you fall. It is what it is. And now we see a situation, like I said, very serious in the accusation of rape, where you have a young woman now, a child back then, now young woman now, who's saying that this man did this, and we have evidence and things that came out that point to that he didn't do it. It's just, it's terrible, man. So
are you saying this Spanish Fly thing? That's not fair. That's not fair game for people to use.
I call bullshit on the Spanish Fly. Right. Y'all, if y'all want to run with what he's saying, I can't. Who can argue with that?
Right.
Who can argue with what he's saying? And he uses the word rape very loosely. It's very loose. But so do comedians. And we're in a different age nowadays where things get taken so crazy.
But see,
they got
to cut you off. I think people are, because he said it was in South Carolina. So I think people now in their mind are starting to think, yo, was he talking about this situation that she's talking about? I think people are amalgamating those two things together at this point. And I was going to say this, anything used against you, anything you say can be used against you. So let this be a lesson first learned. And this is what you see right now. So it's just like you said, we do have conversations back and forth. And me and you may have conversations that the public will never hear, but it's just like, when you put those type of things out in the public, and now these accusations come up, this girl come back after 17 years. Now people painting these pictures and start putting pieces together. Now they think this brother actually talking about that situation. That's what people are starting to think.
I want to talk about real quick the fact that because it's a 22-year-old, because you brought up a good point. A lot of people now are stirring up the fact that he was 22 years old when he picked that 15-year-old girl. Why was he bringing children to the party to begin with? A lot of people bringing that. But see, once again, a lot of people are getting faded in what was really going on. And I only say that in the context of this. His cousin was just graduating and got a scholarship to Penn State University. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you graduate, you're in what?
A senior. You're high school. Right.
So is it too far-fetched for there to be high school girls at a party geared toward a high school student? That's not too far-fetched.
Right? High school, you got from 14 to 18.
14 to 18.
Right.
This kid was at least 17 to 18 when he had his scholarship. He had a football scholarship. That scholarship could have happened. It didn't have to happen when he was on his way to college. He could have still been in high school when this happened. Charlamagne, being a very popular, probably one of the most popular figures in South Carolina, because a lot of people took what I said as far as being one of the most popular figures and took off with that shit and said, oh no, he wasn't popular. In South Carolina, yes, he was on a radio station. He was doing a lot of things within the hip hop community that had him have a name. Therefore, he gained some things out there with his name, got some ladies together and took them to this party. Is it right for him? Does it look right for him to have a 15-year-old girl in his car at 22? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's just, it doesn't look good. It never does. It never will. I'm not condoning that. Right. But is it too far-fetched for him to drop these girls off for his cousins in that party, him to be chilling and also buy alcohol? And a lot of people said it was alcohol, but let's not act holier than thou. We were all kids. We were all teenagers once. We all bought alcohol when we didn't need to buy alcohol. Let's not act like that. All right. Let's not act like he was a fucking demon because he bought alcohol for his cousins. Let's keep it a buck. All right. So he does that. So then he finds out something may have happened to this woman at this party. He never denied that. Somebody did something at that party, possibly to this woman. He takes responsibility onto himself. He walks into a police station. Now, let's close our eyes real quick and think of any black man to walk into a police station in South Carolina on the accusation of rape, whether it was a warrant out for his arrest or whether anything. Is that man walking out alive, let alone free, if he did it? We don't got to be forensic experts. We don't got to be investigators.
What if you use the condom? People use that. People say the condom thing.
I know, man.
Right.
Like condoms don't use, like DNA don't fucking with condoms. Like,
I mean, yeah, right, exactly. You know.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
A condom.
Right. You still got other things that could be, other things could be found. Pubic hair could be matched with DNA, scratches, skin. It's a whole bunch of other things that could, so we can't just, say because he may wear a condom, it may happen. We're not disqualifying. We're just looking at all the evidence that's on the table, all the facts that's on the table, and making, an assessment from that. And like you said, he walked in. So look at the character. I look at the character once again of a person. Somebody who just did this will probably going to be running, trying to get away. I don't see nobody who just did something like this willingly giving themselves and say, look, go ahead, do this and do that. You could take, I just don't see that, man.
Losing your rank in radio and doing all that stuff willingly.
Right.
You just going to willingly do that? Like, I don't, it's far-fetched for me.
Now, Angela Ray. I'm going to talk about Angela Ray.